thinking about the information, like for me personally, as somebody who has information, like when I have information, my experience is two things. People do not want to hear right now because cognitive dissonance. So they don't want you to challenge their beliefs, right? So in terms of like avoiding conflict, I sometimes just avoid sharing information.
That's true.
Just to keep the peace, because they're not going to agree with me, and then you're not going to make any headway, and then it's going to be a whole thing at the family reunion, right? So just leave it alone. And then another thing too, you have an audience that you're trying to reach, and they are not receptive. They understand what you're trying to say, but it's almost like they're trying to play devil's advocate. And I think women now are experiencing that when we try to explain what we mean, like in terms of men are trash, or like the Me Too movement, stuff like that.
Oh my God,
I think the audience is just resistive to the information because it's not anything hard to understand. So at some point you kind of get frustrated with explaining, like, it's not hard to understand. Like, are you just trying to not hear what we're saying? And then, you know, that brings into mind the conversation that we were having other day in Jamaica around like Delroy Chuck and what he said in Parliament, how difficult it is for people to understand why it is problematic.
All right, before you go any further, you can just give us a rundown of what happened, because I am aware of the situation. However, I'm not sure of the nuances of the whole thing. So you can just give us a rundown of what happened.
So they were talking in Parliament. It was a session in Parliament, and they were reviewing some laws that we had. And he said, like in a jovial way, like kind of laughing, right? Which was problem number one, because I don't know what about this topic is funny, you know? Right. And then he was saying that women should get 12 months to report assault.
And I think assault, and I think harassment.
Harassment, there's
whatever word you'd like to use, but 12 months. He was trying to limit the time that you get to report to 12 months. Like that was his proposition. And people are trying to say, basically, there's nothing wrong with that, because you don't want Jamaica to turn into the Me Too movement, where 20 years later you're hearing that somebody, you know, tried to touch you in an elevator or whatever, when this man doesn't even remember anymore and stuff like that. But like, especially on Twitter, I've seen a lot of women try to explain why it's problematic, why victims wait so long to come forward, stuff like that. But it's like talking to a brick wall. Like
some people just don't want to hear.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think even that whole situation, it's really disappointing for, you know, somebody in Parliament to have that view of that situation or situations like those, because we basically understand how traumatic it is for the person that goes through stuff like that, and just the circumstances around it, because a lot of women, just the truth about it, a lot of women in Jamaica live in fear of, they lose their lives, like, and the news really tell you that, like, they live in fear. So just coming out with that information or trying to go through the whole court process, I don't know how our justice system set up already, where, you know, whole heap of backlog and whatever, like, they're putting themselves at risk and stuff like that. So it's...
And then other nuances, like how you are treated when you go to make a report. And then it also depends on who you are trying to report.
Right.
Yeah, that's
all. Trying to report somebody in, you know, high standing that the community views in a certain way, you are going to get pushback. Like, it's almost like you are doing something wrong to try to tarnish this person. So
True.
And a lot of
the problem for me, you know, the media too. I think the media one next problem too, because them push out the Delroy Chuck thing out there. Yes, but in Jamaica, there hasn't been really, to me, a lot of like explanation surrounding like sexual harassment and say sexual assault. Because the bill that Chuck was trying to pass was the sexual harassment bill. And sexual harassment is different from sexual assault. Sexual assault has to do with like physical touch and certain things, you know, along the lines of rape. Whereas harassment is somebody in a workplace I see my coworker and I keep saying, you know, you're sexy and you're this and you're that, you know. Those are the things that make her feel uncomfortable. Now, Chuck was looking at that as being trivial. Because that's how his set of people them and his generation see it. And that's what they used to do on a daily. Yeah. So that's why him could have mustered up the sense to say, yo, him a go laugh about the whole thing. Because to him it's trivial. But I know something trivial and that's something we need for break out of. And it was very sad to see a parliamentarian in this day and age doing
in his office.
In his office.
Well,
that was crazy.
Well, if there's one thing based on what you just say, and generation is that, and that is one of the reasons why the country isn't really growing, because the parliamentarians are still stuck in the old mentality. You know what I mean? Them still in that 1918, you know what I mean? Them not change. And everything I move slow because I even at that very issue why everything I move slow. We not get no, you know, no growth. You get me trying to say?
Yeah.
In our social, economical, everything we not grow because of them old mentalities there.
Them same thing. But what I will say though, in terms of right now, I have to applaud, especially the people in Ponteto. I really want to take away any credit from any other groups that are also involved. But me know the Twitter people, and I'm a part of Twitter, so I see that. I think that they are holding people in parliament more accountable.
The educated.
And I'll say, like in the last couple of years, they have, you know, been very vocal about things that they see, and because of the whole shift in, you know, the rise of social media and all of that, the power was always with the people, but the what do you call it now? The social media kind of gives it strengthens the opinions of everybody. You understand?
The platform on which you can organize.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
you can organize with all sorts of people and stuff like that. So it's that medium is holding a lot of people in power accountable, and I have to commend them on that, because that is where I really heard about it, and that is where I saw the outrage, and there is call for him to resign, and he has since issued an apology. And that apology, I'm not going to say that it's not sincere, but a lot of times people only apologize when them get placed in the position that, yo, you know, really have nobody on your side, like, you're not going to get away with the one. You understand? So I would like to give some of the credit for that apology and, you know, raising awareness around that whole subject to people on social media. As I said, I'm not saying that they're the only set of people that did that, but that's the medium that I learned about this issue from. You understand?
Yeah. And one of the reasons why social media so efficient, you know, why it work out so good is because I did a paper the other day surrounding media. And the thing is, back in those days when media was just television and radio and newspaper, the thing is what a lot of people don't realize, politics had a lot to do with those things. They could contribute to platforms. Certain media houses are politically affiliated. They probably say they are not, but the person who owns it is affiliated with that party. And they decide what goes through the editor and what is not fit to come to the airplane. So they control the public's view and everything. So with social media now, with no controls, that is where it comes in. And you'll probably soon see some controls start to come about because everybody fighting social media now. Crying for information to be checked, all sorts of things, because they don't want the information just out there like that, because it will bring chaos, and that's what they're afraid of now.
But what, you know what I'm grateful of? Because I mean, even these things, like even that bill that they were trying to pass, I didn't know of it. I mean, the information, I didn't know that was even, you know what I mean? I think
never hear about that yet.
Never hear about, you know, about sexual, you know, we never know the harassment and the time frame and all these things. Like a lot of these things, sometimes somebody needs to go under the bus so that the information can come out. Because all of these people, that a lot of the persons that probably tackled the situation on Twitter, probably never heard about it before, but they read about it. You know what I mean? Just based on that situation. That is one of the good things about social media. You know what I mean? If, as I say, if this was TV alone, you know, hear about that.
You probably hear it one time and then it's gone. It's gone. Never hear about it again.
You know, back then when the parliament sittings would have been live, you would have probably heard it if you were able to. But you know that keeping at the midday, everybody that work.
Yeah.
That now come back on 7 o'clock news.
Right.
You get me? I try to say. So a lot of things, even some of the bills that were passed, you can pretty sure that was if the circumstances and what is happening now. Like you can go back and get the whole parliament speech because of how information can be digged and found on the internet.
Right.
A lot of these bills that were passed are the same attitude past the bill them, and you get me? I try to say we in the situation we're in now. I mean, a lot of these things we could have been, and really, a lot of times, me just sit down and say, you know, I blame them politicians every day, you know, because we feel like the situation of the country, you know, like how far ahead we could have been.
Yeah.
Because of these very situations. I mean,
man,
just laugh and frown upon it. It really not affect them, you know what I mean? Or let's say, because as you said, that what they're trying to do is to make it more soothing or better for them, because these are the things that they're used to.
Yeah, so, what I'm used to.
So I mean,
what I'm used to.
You know, so this thing I start from inception, everything though. Because even Sunday I was listening to a program. I think it was with Earl Maxam or one of those interviewers or so forth, And even from the independence of Jamaica, like a question was raised, like who really know, which Jamaicans really know all of those documents that were formulated for the independence of Jamaica?
Like
no, we didn't really know, So they were saying even like the responsibility of the Governor General and responsibility of we being aligned still to Europe and all them things. Is it really necessary or no? Them say what happened, you know, when we get independence, you know, it's like a couple of days, them just some documents were put together and rushed together, and then we became independent.
That's it,
You really never know that.
And them say even up to this day, majority of Jamaicans don't know the true what happened and how it happened. Because it happened so quickly. Because
so
they had like
probably if social media was there, we probably would have delayed or asked more questions or put more people on the platform to explain what was happening, so we'd have a better understanding.
And that's why we're having the challenges with some of these bills, because a lot of these bills are outdated. And we didn't even know about them. I mean, even some of the parliamentarians, they don't know some of these. The details of some of the bills, they don't know them.
That's true. That's true.
Some of them tied into some things where them can't even change. You know what I mean? For this to be changed, you have like 10 other bills where have to align.
Right.
It's like
they take a lot of work. For the we definitely change topic now. So I wanted to also discuss Lilaike's album. So there. It was released, I'm not sure which month, last month?
Last month. I think so, last month.
I had a chance to listen to it. I've listened to it several times since. And I really think that is a really good album. Like, I like the production, I like the songs. I feel like all of the songs are really good.
The experience.
All of the songs have replay value. All of the songs have a space to be played. And I kind of like the direction that reggae is in, or the hands that reggae is in terms of the new artists that are coming up, you know? And have you guys had a chance to listen to that album and analyze it?
Yeah, man.
Just a few tracks. Each time I read Solitude, I kind of just replay it, so I don't really get to pass the next tracks.
Yeah.
A Fact on Solitude that was actually made by Mosiah.
Mosiah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Mosiah and Ayotash. There's a guy named Ayotash, ex-producer.
Oh,
Solitude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, cool.
So it's a Solitude, because to me, the thing with her album or that song in particular, even as a female artist, anybody can really listen to it. You know?
Relatable.
I'm not really hear nothing sexual. Because even at more Solitude, taking another one of our song them, like one name Forget Me and something where I speak relationship. And it's still relatable.
Yeah.
You get what I say? She's still relatable, and that me like, you know, her music, you know, one-dimensional. To one thing. That's a multitude of things. I can say that she really, I think.
That is what I like about Lila, really, you know. Because Lila is the type of person where, and probably because she's a country girl, I don't know. And we just, like, she, you know, like a lot of women singers, and even dancers, even like reggae artists, like the cliche topics like of love, and then you have
marijuana,
them burn out the system. You know what I mean? Like these are the things that I always hear.
And the male one them to the hard life. My God.
Me
hear some let me life hard one more time. Me know me poor.
I need a constant reminder. But she very versed. I mean, she and when you meet her, she just down to earth. See me like how you hear her song them. Me just like the angle where she write from, because even she do the song I Spy, but I don't think on this. I don't know if it's on the album still. I Spy, like,
good.
the angle where she take I Spy from, and is let me say Solitude, I Spy is on it. Even Forget Me. I mean, she have some really good songs, and the fact that the album is called The Experience, so which I think is a very genius name, based on the fact that the album is not one-dimensional.
Yeah.
So, you know, so it gives you like multiple parts of like our life, our experience, whatever she go through. And, you know, it's a well-produced album for me, you know. Them call it EP, cover 5 song, but I mean, Coffee Win.
Gaza, I say, but me not lie better than Cartel new one.
Yeah.
Me not really want to go there, but me not. Don't know. That's right.
And we can give Protege some props because he's doing a very good job in terms of cultivating her and her talents.
Especially with the other female artists, them to Protege, like Savannah, Jazzy Lee's, them,
and Naomi Cohen,
really.
I mean,
man, really putting them in a good space, and we can definitely see that they're not just doing things without thinking them through and stuff like that. You can see that it's really planned out in terms of even just the music. It's not, you know, I hear them every second. And they also are not. They're also not gone for long. You understand? So you're still seeing them. They have a song where run street same way, but them also not kill your ears with it. So when it's time for when something new comes out, you want to hear it. You want to listen it. You at least want to give it a chance. Yo, let me hear what she said. Because the last time when she did talk, she didn't make sense. You understand? And that is really big as it relates to, you know, being an artist. You don't want to steal out yourself. And you don't want too much of you be out there, but you also don't want not much of you out there as well. You
unless you're a cartel, which it just don't seem to matter. I don't understand why it don't.
All right. You remember when we have to talk about them topics? I think little by little, the Jamaican music industry, they might get the international thing, I know. Yeah, the vibe, the whole management thing and timing and them thing there. They really put it in the play.
Do you think that's the whole Jamaican music industry or just that genre of Jamaican music?
Well, it's more reggae than dancehall. Reggae seems to be figuring it out faster than the dancehall side.
But the thing is what
her song reggae music though? That's what you classify it as?
Like a mix.
I think it's like a new age kind of reggae. It's like
it's not
like a new age kind of
reggae.
Yeah. It's not like a
It's not roots rocking.
No, it's not roots rocking.
You can even call it roots rock because it's heavily influenced by even dancehall. Because if you listen to look Coffee, like none of the song them on Coffee album is reggae. It's like you don't even know which genre for drop that in here. That's a year walk.
Yeah, so we probably need to create one new genre.
But
that music.
Yeah.
And I think like Data Kingdom and Stark Ashley need to be placed somewhere too. Like, what is their music? Their music
I don't know what the hell it is, but it sounds good.
It sounds good.
Good. Then continue.
You see like Jada Kingdom, Dexter Daps, Stark Ashley, them going on different,
dancehall rock.
It's like they are doing the side of dancehall that
what we used to call Sing J.
Yeah, not even Sing J. It's like they are being emotional. You know, dancehall not emotional.
Emotional, yeah.
Them not put no emotion in that. They are the ones that are singing like they are person where you think from your heart, you know what I mean? And the emotions where you put out.
I think they're doing to dancehall what like Drake did to rap music. It's more feely, singy, songy. Yeah.
But you know,
create a whole experience from the music.
Yeah.
To tell the truth, I think it's like some big is gonna come out of it. Because if you look at the next artist, like Skelly Bang.
Yeah. It's
lyricism.
Yeah.
They wanna start a new type of lyricism in the dancehall thing, yeah?
Honestly, like you see, and that's why a lot of persons, you have a lot of viral things that happen, you know, like even in 2020. You have some people viral, you know, like them go viral with some things and you say, no man, you go just dead off with that. Yeah. Like when I heard Brick Pan Brick, I think I did not dance man. I start listen to the man tune them and I say, this man go school. This man go
still
school.
Have me. It still have me.
And in the breath. Because some word I hear this man, they say, how he put in speech, you know what I mean? And you see, for me, as a music producer and thing, I love when me hear some artists just frightened, like they can go simple, then give one simple tune, they say, yeah. Then you hear them come in some song and I say, well, at least you're bright, cause you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They must say things, they must put it like Skilly Bang for me has taken 2020 by storm. Like the man just a drop the song, you know what I mean?
The only aspect.
Sorry.
No man, go on.
You never really want to go in a dance or you have to Lilaike shine.
New stars.
Yeah. We can definitely discuss Skilly Bang and all of the new artists that come out. But one of the questions that I wanted to ask in terms of like Lila and, as we said, Coffee and the other artists that are coming up, reggae but not so reggae. They definitely don't have a space in Jamaica. I can say that in terms of street music, culture, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There are stage shows for them, but you're not going to really hear them in a dance, which is a very big part of our culture. You understand?
Yeah.
So the question is, should we create a space? Should there be a space created for them, or the space that they have is sufficient? Because we already know that they do a lot of touring and them go Europe and them do them thing. You see me? But should we incorporate them more? You want to go one party, go hear some of them songs on the album. You want to hear some more Coffee. You want to hear some more some of the other artists that are out there, you know, Royal Blues, so people like that. You want to hear those people in dancehall.
For me, For me, I think it's a different scene. Like a song like W, I think it is by Coffee.
Yeah.
You can hear at a party and it's okay, but I definitely don't want to hear certain type of songs at a dance.
Yeah.
I think they need their own space, like places like Hotbox and acoustic night stuff like that. It's a really nice vibe that I love, but it's not readily available, right?
Yeah. And then another we up in the hills.
Right. And then another thing for me about those type of artists too, I don't really think a lot of people see them as a space that is for them, because then concerts normally kind of expensive. Maybe because they do the whole touring and things. So like for the regular man, he not gonna really try plan on that space when he can go and dance to $1,500, right?
Yeah.
It's in the bougie music, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's more that kind of scene.
It can probably work at the dance, I think sometimes it depends on how like it is even brought across to like society. Like I guess the music not really in a way like that, like one time. Cause man like Sizzla and them man they sing Black Woman and Child are beating at the dance. And everybody I say, yo, Black Woman and Child.
Yeah.
You know, everything them man they sing, the little roots. Them a beat same way. So me I try wonder why.
Irene used to play a party to man like
so me I wonder Life Seeds I saw.
Yeah?
I win.
I win. Oh God, I win.
The book of life.
Party. So I agree with you partly, Ella, where you're saying that, you know, they need to create spaces for themselves, more spaces for themselves. But also as we discussed in another episode, you can watch that where we discuss the power of DJs and stuff like that. I feel like there's not really an excuse where we can't create spaces for these music, you know what I mean, in the party scene, because everybody like it, everybody seems to like it. These are Jamaican people reacting to the music itself.
But Chronix was breaking into it.
Right, so you have to find a way to bring it across. I understand that you can miss. It's something that you can try and it don't. But you find a way to incorporate it or mix it in where it doesn't kill the vibe, but people also get used to that. I think we need to trend in that direction.
But for me, like in terms of saying they need a party scene, honestly, I don't see myself going anywhere for that music being played in the background and I do it like how I do a dance. I need something else. It needs to be a stage show. There needs to be some food or some art show or something.
Listen,
for me, either that or I'm sitting down and listening to it. But it cannot be the same dance hall setting.
So the people them will like that type of music that they would have more if you prefer that scene. Because the thing is, me prefer that scene too.
I don't think it's the people that like the type. I think it's the music. Like the music just doesn't have that to offer when you're sitting, when you're standing in the parking lot, a party to it.
I disagree. I feel like it can play.
It can bring
like go down the old car mark, go stand up whole night and listen to that.
You start out, everybody start out with them throwback, kind of like them must spend half an hour playing music. You spend 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes.
Wait, you're going at the dance with the bag of people. I listen Solitude. Hold that.
No, but you can listen, you rap to it. The DJ, the mic man, they are hype up this song. Zine, you rock, you hug your friend, you touch who you fit up, you understand, you do what you need to do. When weed man them there.
True, man.
So, yeah.
Look at Soul's music in a party. It not go weird. It can't work.
It can't work.
It cannot be the whole. For me personally, it cannot be the whole. Like I would not go to that.
No, but it would not be the whole thing. It would just be a part of it, just like everything else.
Yeah, we're not
sure you're not dancing all of the song them play a party. Somebody sang them just stand up and you're not even knowing.
Oh, you mean like we incorporate more of that in a dance?
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
But you know, I think based on what Ella was saying, like let's say we had like how you have Strictly Addy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, because for me, I put the genre of this music more into like soul reggae or soul dancehall. Because
I still need some marijuana, even.
Yeah, man. So, even them still sing about marijuana, you know what I mean? So, I mean, what could work? The first thing for them to have, to be able to be into a space by themselves, I think they need more of them. Because as a collective group, they are small and they don't have enough songs. You know?
You think so?
No, yeah, I believe they have it, but you know, I mean, the other persons that do the same type of music, we don't know them because we're not.
I think that's the problem.
Group.
Yeah,
that's the thing. The same group where
but
the group
that
of
problem.
Babuji,
really. But that problem exists from the same reason. Sorry, that problem exists from the same reason we are talking about. Like, there's not space for them, so we just don't know outside of who is popping. You understand?
Yeah.
You can't finish it.
But you are what some of the reasons why the ones that you know end up in the general space is because them include like the dancehall fusion, or them take something from dancehall so that people, because we, as far as I see it, like people who go like normal party and them thing they are more aggressive music listeners. Like them not really, that's why majority of people them go to the party when they're done. Not when they start. Because they don't really want to come to
them just want to hear the...
They want to hear new music and the baga. You get me? I try to say, bam, bam, bam.
But I still think it can work, you know.
I feel like it can work too.
Because one of the things is that when we used to go dance like country, before I used to hear you hear some Gregory early, and then you hear some normal reggae, and then, you know, saying a morning, I those girl tune and things mash up. But when we realize now, the last one me go, me I hear hip hop, and I'm like, wait, hip hop done a country. So me get to realize say the DJ them now start come at Kingston or come at Moby, and them start popping and them things. When they reach back a country,
I think the point, the point that like what I am trying to bring across, like we need to embrace reggae music more, because me I watch some Chronic show when I do a fire and thing like that, and like, yo, how the crowd have gone. But the man I sing some of them songs, brother. Like, for music, you know, we need to celebrate it, we need to put it, we need to incorporate it. We have Grammy winners, we have people that are doing big things abroad, you understand? They might get them big reception. We need to ensure that they feel the same love at home. It's almost like reggae music and where the Bolt is, them supposed to be the same. They say like how we love Bolt because of what him do. You see me? We need to put our reggae artists, especially the ones that are doing well.
Do. I think we give them, you know, give them their accolades and tell them that they're doing well. This is nice. So. But for me personally, that reggae music is kind of like a vibe. So if I'm not trying to achieve that kind of vibe, I don't really go there. Right?
Yeah.
So it's not
but
like
as I'm saying, it wouldn't be something to take over the whole dance. I mean, I asked if you play reggae music for your whole set, but incorporate these people more. Give them more time, because the reggae throwback them where I get a big, I see him reggae throwback them from me start party from a little youth till now. See him rise to the occasion, see him, you know.
Solid as a
rock, bro.
Solid as a rock. Like, we have other things, we have other music that has come and done well. Yeah, so
I personally believe that the songs that do that, the song them will give you the same solid as a rock vibe, they get played. Like the coffee song, it get played till me tired of it. Every dance they play.
We're not tired of toast yet. How if you tired of toast already? If solid as a rock still a play, how if you tired of toast?
No, because solid as a rock get embedded. You know what I mean? You know, them all time tune them
toast, we need
them get
toast,
embedded in our
turn your lights down low.
It plays, they play. Once you have a reggae song that fits the same way, I think it gets the play.
Okay,
well, for me personally, I think that if a song hits the same way as the Sizzler songs and all the other songs that get played consistently in the party, they get played. Like, as I said, like Toast. Like, if the song is of that kind of caliber and that kind of vibe, everybody love it, it gets played, to me.
All right. I disagree. I think that we have fixated on a certain era of reggae. I'm not saying that coffee and them people don't get played, but like, we have had reggae music that has surpassed some of those songs that we're playing. And no disrespect to the legends and the icons, but the new school, the new set of reggae artists are doing really well and they deserve a space. So, is either going to play the Sizzler and 2 Chronics, or we're going to push out the Sizzler and play more Chronics. Something, but they need more representation in our culture.
True, I agree. I think them need a little bit more representation as well. Because even a song from Chronics with like Della Move, I don't really hear. Go party, I never hear. Never heard the song before.
I do not.
This song bad. Like this song rough. I never heard it. But also I think the artists them as well. Chronix did do a thing and him only do it once. That are the chronology, that tour there. That tour was sold out everywhere him go in Jamaica. You see me? So I think for bring across, it would have good if like him and a couple of the other ones them who in there right now, who are mainstream, everybody know. Do a little bit more of them type of show there for bring across a little new school and make sure them also get that recognition. So just like we have a protege and a Chronix can sell out almost anywhere in Jamaica.
True.
Regardless, them can just sell it out. You just bring them and you bring a couple of the other new ones and them can make a name for themselves. Because that's how people used to bust long time. Rebel Salute, or that Tony Rebel used to do. You know, you just see the old artists them, and then when you look, you see the new artists them, and that's a Chronix boss.
Yeah,
but only for them bust this. So I think them can try and do that for bust the little youth them as well.
Yeah, man. So I definitely agree that the even the selectors, everybody, that even us, because we are still latching on. Well, we don't really listen like on our personal devices or whatever. We won't go back and listen to bare someone's. We probably have the songs, but we aren't looking for these new artists, and they have really good music, better quality. You know what I mean? But then, like the sound was probably off in here and there. The quality is better now, technology, everything. But we're not doing that. So it is also our responsibilities. Like if we get the chance, if we listen to a song, sometimes we have to just share it, help, keep other persons aware. Also, the artists, they have the responsibility to make very good songs. I mean, some of these persons, the same age that are getting played now, they're latching onto that. Even some of the reggae artists, them latch onto the old style reggae. And the songs are getting played. I mean, if you notice, the songs that are getting played are mostly like new style or whatever, because the new style reggae, like if from a selector point of view, if you're doing a mix and all these things are new and you drop something, even though it is new, it has an old style, it might not sync properly in your mix, you know what I mean? So they need to work with the time and just create really good content. Because if the content is good, like I really do believe, like Lilaike EP/album, it is going to go places because it is really good. And it has our support. And if the support is beyond the music and it is good, it will reach places and parties and whatever. So yeah, that's what I think.
As for me, I think we tend to think Jamaica is just dancehall and reggae. And what does that mean? A lot of new sounds coming out of Jamaica now. So very well, you don't know what can happen in a couple of years. We might create a new genre, a new sound or so. So as much as possible, I think as listeners, we must try to appreciate the artists, because a lot of the young artists and stuff, they're putting in a lot of work. A lot of them doing a lot of things to give us some good music. So I think we must appreciate reggae for what it is, appreciate dancehall for what it is, and appreciate the new sounds that are coming out also. And just as Riley said, it is the responsibility of the artists, producers, management team, everybody in the music industry to know that, things and times change now. You have more resources and so forth. So put the music across so the listeners can, readily want to hear it or readily search for it. So yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for tonight's episode. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and also give us your opinions in the comments. You want it to be a part of the discussion. All right. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. All right.
Don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe.